Hello, everybody. This is Elizabeth Clare Brewington with the Brightside Live and On Demand TV channel for our magazine Brightside Global Trade. And I have with me Elton Brewington,
Hello, back.
Marie, Mary, Corrina, and Angela.
Right.
We're talking about this is the second part of this video series, and we're talking about their amazing book, Don't Cut the Basil. So tell us about how did you get a title like Don't Cut the Basil?
Well, we didn't want to go with your typical authentic Italian family recipes. It kind of sounded boring. So we wanted something, a little catchier. And one of the sections that we included in our cookbook were things that we learned from our grandmothers and mothers. And so we initially came up with this long list, and then we narrowed it down to about 15 lessons. And then when we were looking for a title, Don't Cut the Basil popped, and we thought it was, a fun lesson to represent our book.
Yeah, awesome. And then let's get into the great Italian celebrations. I know you guys celebrate everything, birthdays, anniversaries, and weddings. And there is this amazing wedding soup recipe in the book. So we will tell you in a minute how to get the book. So tell us about this wedding soup recipe and the family tradition. Did you serve it at all your weddings and your grandmother made it? And tell us about this wedding soup. Yeah.
So a fun fact about the Italian wedding soup is it's actually not traditional at Italian weddings. So it's called Italian wedding soup, but it does not mean that it's served at Italian wedding. A tradition at Italian weddings, though, is family style weddings, meals. So we serve family style. And we also have a huge tray or table of cookies, always at Italian weddings. You have to have a very, very long stretch of homemade Italian cookies. So that's our wedding traditions for sure. But the wedding soup came about because our family, especially around the fall and winter time, always made Italian wedding soup because it's very comforting and it's homey and you literally just feel love when you eat it. That's how it feels. And it just so happens that's what a lot of people are making right now. Yes, a lot of people that have bought our book are diving into the wedding soup right now. And we've gotten some pictures and everyone's doing a fabulous job. It looks so good. Again, very easy to make. My meatball recipe, Angela's meatballs in the book, you can make those into mini meatballs for the wedding soup. But the ingredients and the directions, very simple, very easy, and you will definitely enjoy some wedding soup, feeling comfort.
Wow.
It's a good time. We need comfort. So it's a good
in weather like
food.
this, I could use a bowl of soup like that. In this snowy, rainy weather like this. It's truly winter. Sounds great.
Yes.
Sounds great.
And since we love talking about the whole Italian.
Okay.
It's just a great broth. Okay. So the Italian American experience, I see you have a lot of Thanksgiving recipes with the sweet potato, with amaretto, and the stuffing and everything. So what is Thanksgiving like in your Italian homes?
Big.
Well, for us,
Good.
For us, it's very different, and my Irish husband can attest to that. I can tell you that one of the first times that he showed up at our big Italian Thanksgiving, he said, "Where are the mashed potatoes?" And I said, "We've never had potatoes." And so one of our favorite family traditions have been my mother's, Angela's, amaretto sweet potatoes. They are very unique. They are different. It's something very special to our family, and that is what we have. They're delicious. And so it was an adjustment for him, but it was something that we always looked forward to at Thanksgiving. We do turkeys. We have about 3, and we do an Italian seasoned one, and then we do a couple of regular ones, and we pick another flavor. But then we also always have meatballs, sausage, and a pasta. So
wow,
it's very still Italian traditions.
Yes. I think I skipped one. We were supposed to talk about Easter. So Easter, I think you've got this amazing biscotti recipe. Now give us a story with your grandmother and any cook, because obviously Venetian table is always full of great desserts. So yeah, so tell us a little bit about the breads and what you do for Easter.
Well, in terms of the biscotti recipe, I'll let Angela talk to what we do for Easter. But Nonna Mary is my grandmother, and she made these literally every day for decades. She sent them to my father when he served in Vietnam. She made them for every birthday, every wedding, every funeral, every time the neighbor's child had an event. I mean, everyone I ever experienced knew who she was based on her cookies. So that was one of the reasons I wanted to make sure they were included, but Angela will kind of expand on the recipe.
Okay.
Yeah, so for
awesome.
Easter, we take that biscotti dough, and I use the anise flavor because that's the traditional, the anisetti. And then we make it into, it almost looks like a nest. So you braid it, and then you roll it, and you make it to like a nest. It looks like a bird's nest. And then you put a hard-boiled egg in the center, a colored one, and then you bake it off, and then we put sprinkles around it when it comes out of the oven after you use it. So it's like a little nest with a little egg in the center, but that's a traditional dessert that you usually have on Easter in Italian families. Yeah.
Wow.
So we do that every
That sounds. And especially, because holidays, the whole families come over for a weekend and you want to crunch on something and you want to snack on something. So that's a great tradition. And then finally, Christmas. I know that you are famous for this amazing Christmas 7 fishes. So I'm going to keep quiet and go ahead and tell us about those recipes that are in the book for the Christmas celebration.
Corrina, do you want to talk to your octopus?
Yeah, so Christmas is huge, and the 7 fishes is very much an Italian tradition. Typically, most Italians do it on Christmas Eve, but as you can imagine, our Italian American lives are so busy, some of us still do it on Christmas. The one tradition that we have continued to carry on, outside of my grandfather calling us all bacalas, which is an Italian fish, and we call people that, is the octopus. My grandmother made this cold, delicious octopus that was amazing, and I, to be honest, don't even care for fish all that much, but for some reason, I have no problems, and I very much look forward to always having this traditional octopus with a little delicious basil and lemon and seasonings, and it's just something we look forward to every year.
Wow. Yeah, it's just so exciting. So now you can have your own Italian if you get the cookbook, and you can try all these wonderful recipes, and it is available, and I'll make sure that the link is available, and it's just like her name. So look for it, and also we'll have all this information on Brightside Global Trade TV and brightsideglobaltrade.org. So please hit the subscribe button, take a picture if you have a copy of the book, and if you made one of those recipes, and we'll give you 2 tickets to our conference.
So I'd like to take this opportunity to share with our audience the importance of getting and collecting a version of this book, Don't Cut the Basil, and eat the food. I mean, and Don't Cut the Basil is an amazing collection of different stories and really tasteful and incredibly, wonderful food opportunities. At this time of COVID and post-COVID, just prepare yourself to an enormously wonderful opportunity to taste Italian food. And we're so happy to have you all, so lovely ladies, to be with us and share with us your details about what you've written. And I think our audience will be excited about it. Excited about preparing food that way. But I'm more excited about the cannolis.
I know he's gonna want to try it.
Oh my goodness, I love cannolis. And the cannoli dip, I can't wait. But the meatballs sound great too. Angela, we didn't mention the meatballs in the book that you've written about it, but hey, what a great recipe! What a great collection of recipes.
And I'm going to try the wedding soup. So we got a lot of recipes to try. Thank you so much for this lovely interview, and we'll have them back again for sure and do some more.